Right now, there are over 8 billion humans on Earth. But what if, tomorrow, every single one of us disappeared? No warning, no sound, no explanation. Just gone. In the first few minutes, nothing would seem different. The wind would still blow, the oceans would still move, but very quickly, things would begin to fall apart. Planes in the sky would lose control. With no pilots, they would eventually crash back to Earth. Cars would drift off roads, trains would derail. Across the planet, millions of small disasters would unfold all at once. Within hours, the power would start to go out. Most power grids require constant human management. Without it, blackouts would spread rapidly. Entire cities would fall into darkness. At night, the glow of civilization would vanish, replaced by something humans haven't seen in centuries: a truly dark Earth. Then come the first days. Pets locked inside homes would face a fight for survival. Some would escape, others wouldn't. Farm animals would break free from fences. Zoos would slowly open as enclosures weaken or are damaged. Some animals would thrive in their new freedom. Others, raised in captivity, might struggle. Meanwhile, wild animals would begin to move in. Deer would wander into neighborhoods. Coyotes and wolves would follow. Birds would fill the silence left behind by traffic and industry. The absence of humans would be felt immediately, not as chaos, but as an opening. Within weeks, nature would begin reclaiming space. Grass would push through cracks in sidewalks. Weeds would overtake parking lots. Without drainage systems being maintained, water would flood streets, tunnels, and subways. Mold and moisture would begin breaking down buildings from the inside out. After a few months, cities would already look different. Windows would shatter from weather and pressure changes. Wood would rot. Steel would begin to rust. Roads would start to collapse. What once felt permanent would reveal how fragile it really is. And then, years pass. Forests would expand into suburbs. Highways would disappear under layers of vegetation. Animals would fully reclaim territories that humans once controlled. Predators would return to the top of the food chain in many regions. But not everything would heal so cleanly. Some nuclear power plants, without human oversight, could eventually fail. Meltdowns would create dangerous zones, altering ecosystems nearby. But even then, life would adapt. In places like Chernobyl, wildlife has already shown it can survive, and even thrive, in environments once thought uninhabitable. After decades, the world would feel completely different. Without pollution from factories and cars, the air would become cleaner. Water systems would slowly recover. Coral reefs, if given enough time, might begin to rebuild. The planet would start correcting itself. And after hundreds of years, most human structures would be gone. Skyscrapers would collapse, bridges would fall. Cities would become unrecognizable, buried under forests, sand, and time. Only a few massive structures, like stone monuments, might remain as faint reminders. Fast forward thousands of years. There would be almost no clear evidence that humans ever existed. No lights, no roads, no technology. Just Earth, wild, balanced, and constantly evolving. Life would continue just as it always has. New species could emerge. Ecosystems would reshape themselves. The planet would move forward, completely independent of the billions of people who once called it home. So the real question isn't just what would happen to Earth. It's what would happen to our legacy. If everything we built eventually disappears, were we ever meant to last? Or were we just a brief moment in the story of a planet that doesn't need us to survive? Because if humans vanished tomorrow, Earth wouldn't end. It would begin again.